right here may or may not be involved. Last report is that the actual accident is below. Okay, he's got a bad engine. All right, the actual accident is below the Watkins Mill Bridge, which I believe is just up ahead. We're going to investigate that. Yeah, that was just a breakdown. Also, reports of accidents further up 270 going into Frederick County. Alright, that doesn't look anything. Alright, I'm not impressed by the northbound 270 Watkins Mill call. Most of the calls that are going out for bad weather and traffic are currently in the Rockville, Bethesda, 495, 270 region. Please note that the temperature gauge on my vehicle is saying 29 degrees with sleet and freezing rain. Currently, we are moving at 36 miles an hour on the right-hand lane. Okay, there is something up ahead at the Watkins Mill Bridge on the left and on the right. Let's see if these fine people are going to slow down and move over, as is the law in the great state of Maryland. All right, everybody, hit your brakes and let's not make more accidents. So this is the Watkins Mill Road Bridge, which is, in the grand scheme of things, relatively new. All right, tractor trailer on the right-hand shoulder. Coming up on the left is the emergency patrol for Maryland State Highway Administration. Ah, debris in the road. That's a good chunk. That's a pretty good chunk. All right, kids. Okay, we have multiple vehicles out. Looks like whatever injuries or trouble is on the left-hand shoulder. And we are here on the right-hand shoulder. So, let's see what we got here. I'm going to step away from the microphone for a moment, and depending on the situation, we may end up putting you on a mobile camera and investigating there. So everybody stand by as we get out and look.
Right next to Clay, the Joseph just a complaint for I'm a male punched a complaint in the face 7 to 10 minutes ago. No known kids involved. Left in a black Chevy, houses, 4-door black room. Social black room. Regular black suit, black shirt, short, on 8.495. Plates like no plate, no white dark blue clothing. In a white Ford Transit.
427 from EMS 405. 427.
11
Do you need me to return to the scene?
1313.
That's negative. You can service. Copy. Here's the 32. We got an AMR unit.
Direct 1314.
Copy. AMR.
Passenger complainant advised her daughter's boyfriend is beating on the daughter. No one is involved in subject
beating in a Mazda tribute white color.
28 to 30-year-old subject named Mark. There's no further info at this time.
13.
Are you drunk?
Box 10224. Respond for a sick person. 4715 15th Street North. Across of North Buchanan Street. It's going to be at the Capitol Hospice. Operating on channel 1 Bravo. Engine 108, medic 108. You're responding for an 80-year-old.
All right, folks, there's going to be a very brief interruption in the
family is requesting
video as we swap to a portable camera.
POC did advise patient seems a bit agitated, but showing no major symptoms.
Stand by, please. Okay, well, we attempted to go to the portable camera, but it didn't like that. So I'm going to step out and get some shots, and I'll be back in a few.
Right here, the right bud? No, to your left. Okay. Blocked it off. He was banned from the property yesterday, and he's returned, refusing to leave.
He was in Montgomery County mental health in September.
In the rear. Off of Brentwood Road, operating on Bravo 3 with Type Special Arms, 1350.
Unit 22 is meant to Kurt or Pat. 14 in 26. 26, go ahead. Hey, so Albert in the microwave garage helping Ben look over the weather explorer. And I noticed, most of the time when we get a device that uses the CPU, which is already hardwired into the router. So I used the gyro and went straight in, and I turned on the wireless mic, and it worked fine. The only thing is you're not seeing the levels on the router anymore. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe something's been pushed. That Vince, that'd be a direction for Vince to look at, I guess.
Weapons, alcohol, or drugs. He does have a history of depression.
Hello?
1350.
Yeah, something's been pushed on in there.
It's going to be for suspicious Mid-County Highway. Child called saying, okay, I'm whispering to someone else. Call taker could hear people talking in the background. There's no answer on callback. 03 Annapolis Road, T-Mobile. 6603 Annapolis Road. Police advising suspect stole accessories. Happened 2 minutes ago. Suspect is left leaving on foot towards the left down Cooper Lane. Land around 150. Yeah, where you said stuff from auto? Yeah, disregard that. It's sunset. This is stuff from the T-Mobile.
Bravo, go ahead and send me a record one time.
And units back.
Need to all back. And is there something before?
Not yet. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know. Number 1 male, 30s or 40s, wearing gray pants. The pants looked like a dress or a skirt, he said.
1321.
Anchor 412, engine 442, heading 442, EMS 601, on channel 4 Bravo, 41203, cardiac arrest, 731, Strawfield Lane, Cross Street, Riverbed Road. Anchor 412, engine 442, medic 442, EMS 601, on channel 4 Bravo, box 41203, cardiac arrest, 731, Strawfield Lane, Cross Street, Riverbed Road. Engine 409, on channel 4 Bravo, box 40939, fire alarm 9009, Charles Westgate Drive, Cross Street, Bushhog Road. Engine 409, on channel 4 Bravo, box 40939, fire alarm 9009, Charles Westgate Drive, Cross Street, Bushhog Road. In Montgomery County mental health in September for panic attacks.
All right, we're back in the truck. So, tractor trailer versus pickup truck. It does not appear to be any injuries. Fire rescue has recently left the scene. State highways have pulled up beside me to make it interesting trying to get out of here. Typical of what's going on out here right now. Current outdoor temperature 29 degrees according to the Ford brand Explorer onboard temperature gauge, which has been relatively accurate in my opinion. So I hopped out, I got a couple of shots, don't want to interfere with the investigation. Furthermore, it's downright dangerous out there, so one does not linger very long when one is getting video of such a scene. Okay, so for safety's sake, now I'm going to back up. You'll see I've got this highway vehicle next to me, and I don't want to pop out in front of him because that's dangerous. So we're going to pop out behind him. Got a line of cars coming up behind me. I gotta wait for them to clear, and then we will safely, repeat safely, pull from the scene.
On channel 4 Bravo, box 42111, ALS emergency 3955, Center Drive, 110, Cross Street, Maple Mill Road, engine 421.
All right, the tractor trailer is pulling forward, probably to make itself safer.
ALS emergency.
The trooper will probably pull up behind him. It's still not the most safe place to be.
Your complainant, she advised a 70-year-old male kicking and hitting the staff. There was a knife involved, had a table knife earlier tonight.
All right.
White male, 70 years old.
I'll wait for this one last car, and it's really open afterwards. And there we go. And then there we go. So, alrighty. So they're safely there. The pickup truck with its very damaged passenger front end and tire is on the left shoulder, and that is that. Now, interestingly, the road is just merely wet here. I don't know if y'all could see that, but a huge amount of ice and snow was popping off of this vehicle in front of us. And that's probably fairly far up there to see, but that is that kind of stuff that you shouldn't be doing. You gotta get that stuff off your car to save everybody else's windshield. And the Mercedes, the white Mercedes who is behind him, has gotten from it. Fortunately, it looks like most of the crud is off of this car, so I don't have to worry about him, but we're gonna pass him anyway. So the road here is not as bad looking as it was further south. So we're going to run up a little bit further. There have been some reports of accidents up here. But while I was heading up this way, I did see a plow train going the other direction, scraping and salting. Which, if they've hit this part of the road already, that's a strong indicator of why this road appears passable. But once again, at 29 degrees, the difference between passable and oh my, I'm sliding off the road can be unexpected and dramatic. So do bear that in mind.
Master complainant for a black SUV, possibly a Chevy or a GMC, and MSC is still unavailable.
All right, another accident southbound, 270, same region. All right, so, and in the short order, the road is starting to ice up again here. Especially on your bridges, which ice up before roadways, as the signs do say.
4711, North Chandler Street, Cross Street, Lincoln Road, engine 410, static 410. On channel 4 Bravo,
Police reported ahead.
Police reported ahead. Why are police ahead?
4711, North Chandler Street, Cross Street, Lincoln Road.
Maryland State Police have been very busy today.
for police or
As of right now, that's a negative. They're advising, they're testing the choke. If you don't see something different, let us know.
Ah, there are said police reported ahead.
22 Edward Sam 1 City Assault in progress. 5215 West Cedar Lane. 5215 West Cedar Lane.
There was a car up in there. I think the tow truck just left.
Room 233.
If I had to guess.
Your complainant, she advised a 70-year-old male kicking and hitting the staff. There was a knife involved, had a table knife earlier the night.
20,000 motor 2 well back here is cross your
White male, 7 years old, Douglas, now
Bravo, Boxer, 20. We're helping him now get the correct paperwork that he needs.
Yep.
I have a case number for you. I'm in a code momentarily.
Exit 46, northbound 270, exit 46. In the middle of the road, sideways, Charles is a complainant. Purple Toyota Corolla just south of exit 5, but in the main lane.
Oopsie, what's this? Oh, okay, so we have a plow train coming the other direction. And that'll cause a big knot of traffic behind it. I think we'll run up to the county line and turn back around. It still sounds like that whole area down closer to 270 is the hot spot for cold stuff. It's the hot spot for cold. The cold is hot, the hot is cold. The whole road is topsy-turvy.
All cars need to be incorporated.
Show the unit goes right to the RP. Try to figure out what did they hit. Start the right to the victim to the hospital.
I haven't been up here in a while.
Unknown, apartment 307. I don't know if I was looking with unknown, apartment 307, 5521, Colorado Avenue Northwest.
Ambulance 735 he was on the call for a reason. Okay, clear one ready.
Watch out, fog reported ahead.
Service sleeper. I think we can't do that. 235 out for 232 for the suspicious events. 4850 Marking the Drive, 4850 Marking the Drive. I have put police caution tape up just in case we get any calls. I'll be clear. What do you got next? Please mark near the Mark Center.
Let's see. We're coming up on exit 18, Maryland 121, Boyd's Clarksburg. We'll be really close to, yeah, we'll be really close.
Director, it looked like Rockville City was actually heading south. I'm flipping a blind road right now.
I swear I call up my dad and we have competition on who can forget more words in a conversation. He's winning, but only by a little. All right, let's do the
This is not a CPR.
big turn.
Engine 442, this is not a CPR, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Another BMW that doesn't have working turn signals. Surprise, surprise.
Seminary Road, 109, 6206, on channel 4 Bravo, Fox 41092, ALS emergency, 5575 Montgomery Road, 109.
That's right. There was a multi-vehicle accident in outer loop at Connecticut. While Farmwood was out, one Farmwood truck was struck by another vehicle. County is handling the accident. There was multiple lane closures. And you go to that location.
All right, got the green light. People stopping? They are. Hot diggity dog.
Yeah, we're around.
Shoplifting, road issues, not being cooperative. 20 minutes.
28 degrees. This would be considered a light snow. More than considered, it is a light snow. So where it's been treated, the roadway is perfectly acceptable. And we're entering a roadway that has been worked over by a plow train that you saw about 4 minutes ago going in the other direction. I am not going to drive particularly fast. A, because the weather demands it. B, because I'll only just run right up into that plow train group of people and wouldn't get anywhere anyway. So we're not gonna do that. Communication. So we are now southbound in the direction of the Wintertime Goose on I-270. Heading back down towards the problem area. But the reality is 270 has been a problem area in Montgomery County. A couple of calls for stuff just north of the line, up into Frederick County.
536 North Littleton Street, Cross Street to Fifth Place North, Road North, operating on 1 Bravo.
Alrighty, message received there, JC.
31.
But I'm gonna talk anyway. So, coming up next, exit 16, Father Hurley Boulevard, which will be available to you on your left and your right, and overhead as we pass under a bridge. Exit 16, Father Hurley Boulevard. All aboard.
Somebody go down to Montrose, to go past Montrose to make a U-turn to see where that other crash is, if it even exists. They might have, if they're like spun out to the road, they might have continued on their way.
Our loop in Connecticut, there was a multi-vehicle accident and the fire department truck was also struck in that location. They need to go over there and see what the status is. If there's still lane closures.
Wow, if the plow train hit this, dang. Didn't do that great a job. But I mean, how far, so question of the day, how far down can these plows scrape the ground? I mean, does it go all the way down? It's not like a squeegee. It's not like a squeegee, it's just, you know, so there's going to be a little bit of sludge there, and I guess until the salt melts it, the sludge stays. But I could have sworn I saw a plow train, unless maybe it joined us here on Father Hurley. Ah, no, it just doesn't look that good. More stuff flying off the roof. Ah, it's a pickup truck with a ton low. You know, one of those covers on the back of the truck. You know, it's like, hey, I wanna own a pickup truck with all this space in the back, but I want to cover it, so kind of like an ugly station wagon. I don't know.
2900. ALS emergency. 86.
Anyway, that thing on the back, it's blowing ice and snow up ahead.
Tower 429. Medic 412.
The camera on the dashboard tends to be fairly wide shot, so it's a little hard to see things up in the distance, whereas the human eye tends to be quite focused in about a 10, 15 degree arc directly in front of you with your peripheral vision, collecting data for your brain and pulling you towards things that are interesting. And hopefully while driving, you don't just drive right off the road because you're too busy looking at the interesting things. So I'm seeing things that maybe you're not seeing on the camera due to distance and whatnot. It's the price of a semi-wide angle camera located in the front of a car. Well, there's some salt in the road here because it's ending up on the windshield. Aha! Here's where the plow train was. Look at that. Nice clean roadway and wet because the water's... Aha! So it came on at Germantown. Germantown Road is where the plow train joined the roadway. Right, come on out, fellow American. So now we're just driving on wet road for the most part. And that northern section was worse. Now, some of the side streets, like when I came up River Road to get here, it was certainly an unpleasant stretch of roadway. To date, still most of the calls we're hearing about this current spate of bad weather is in this area of Rockville and Montgomery County. Heard an accident or two in Fairfax, but don't know if it's the same general nature. You know, I mean, you can get these little microclimates. So like right now, 29 degrees, maybe it's 31, 32 across the river. And not so bad over there, but right here is just this little patch where it iced up all of a sudden. I think caught a lot of people by surprise. And so there was the bad accident on the Beltway that shut down a bunch of lanes. Thank you, Waze. And then a car struck a fire truck. Now, my good friend Miko got video of that scene and has already fed it back to the station. And of course, you will be able to see that video later on today during our broadcast. But, is that the plow train? All right, that plow train's coming the other way. It turned around and came back. This world needs more dramatic narration, just my opinion. Look at all that traffic behind it. You can't see it because of the van there, but trust me, if you could see through the white van, you would see all the traffic. And there it is. Although they're moving pretty good. I mean, honestly, when you've been in some of these real thick storms and they're down to about 15 miles an hour and then everybody's going insane behind the plows because, you know, you can't stand the idea of driving 15 miles an hour even though it's safer that way, and so then everybody's jockeying position trying to get through the plows, but you can't get through the plows because they cover the whole road anyway. You know what I'm talking about. Alrighty, so here is... Yeah, alright, this is the action scene that we were at. We were there 10-15 minutes ago. Left lane blocked, right shoulder-ish blocked. A little bit of slowed down traffic behind it. Appropriately safe.
Box 10802 for the injury. 2000 North Sleep Road, apartment number 218, cross streets of 12th Street North and North Woodley Street. Operator 1 Bravo, rescue 100, medic 101 to respond. And
so honestly, this is not all that bad now that the plow train has hit the area. We'll run back down to the spur, shop a Yui and head north again, but we might have to jump up towards Frederick County at this point because looks like they're getting a handle on this situation. Current outdoor temperature 29 degrees according to the official Ford trademarked thermometer attached to the Ford vehicle, attached to me.
2509 Green Valley Road, area of U22, Frederick County, personal injury collision, paramedic rescue engine 709, respond 9 Bravo, Frederick County box area 25. Letting if you came back to the mail,
Excuse me, yeah, there's a call for Montgomery County joining Frederick County on an accident somewhere near the line. Didn't sound like it was an I-270 accident, though. It sounded like it was a side street, which, quite frankly, the side streets are probably a little more treacherous at this point. So it honestly looks like they got a handle on this salt spray here. Icy roads are possible. Thanks.
1736 Columbia Road Northwest for the 70-year-old female patient with allergies.
Alrighty, we are approaching Route 200. Alright, Take 2, park salt trucks. Take 3, park salt trucks on the right side. Coming up on Route 200. So if that is that the same plow train we saw going the other way? If so, then they must have pulled off and turned around. I don't know. How fast were they going? And is it the same train? These are the questions of the ages. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go down just a little further. Work! Stop falling off people's cars. We're going to go a little further down and head back north. For it appears the authorities have responded more than adequately to the road conditions that were so treacherous, yea, but an hour to 2 hours ago in the Rockville area. Route 28 North Montgomery Avenue, West Montgomery Avenue. It's not north, west.
Down here, I haven't clicked the river yet, so I'll head that way. Someone else take the 128.
It's west. Yeah, more salt trucks. Okay, well, I must not be all that worried. Little bit of slush between the lanes, not too bad. Let's see, we shall take the spur, Old Georgetown, cut a U-E, roll back north. See what we see, hear what we hear. Now they're plowing the slow lanes over there. Definitely worse road conditions down here. So, yeah. Interesting. The data says that this place was not plowed as recently. Or the observation, I should say. The observation says that this was not plowed as recently. Did the plow train we see earlier get off or stop? There was a line of vehicles stopped back there. I know there's a plan on how all this works. Oh, here we go. We've got another situation. We are not going to stop, but we have a spin out of a large SUV. A hybrid Tahoe has decided it would rather be stopped than going. And that is northbound just prior to Route 28, I-270. So isn't that a great indicator you have? It was a very nice vehicle, We'll have to see where they fix it. Of course, as expensive they are, they'll fix a lot of that. It's not like my old 2004 Explorer where if I scratch a door, they'll total it. That was a fairly new Tahoe hybrid. So to be technically accurate, the 2004 Explorer is not this current vehicle that I'm driving. This is a much newer company vehicle. The 2004 Explorer is my personal vehicle that I acquired from the company, long story short, anyways, but it's a fun car. So that's a much more expensive vehicle, and it is a hybrid, and it's wheel drive, and it's a Tahoe, and it's a kind of vehicle that one thinks, well, I don't want to pass judgment on the individual who drove said vehicle, but needless to say, there are times in which when one is driving vehicles like that, there are some folks, not necessarily that person, who feel somewhat invincible. And you know, the cool, as I always say about four-wheel drive will get you going, but it doesn't stop you any quicker. Alrighty, we have another accident, right-hand side in the slow lanes. Maryland State Police on location, a spun out and damaged, looks like a Subaru. He's chunked up pretty good, doesn't look like there's any injuries. So my soliloquy on the previous subject stands. Anything with four-wheel drive, start fast, stop slow. End of story. So anyway, we're coming up on the split. I-270 divided 2 miles. We will be going to the east, and sorry, I channeling a little bit of Patrick Starr there. And we will head to old Georgetown and spin around there and see what the world shows us. Hello, little Honda CRV with our Maryland flag tire cover. As a born and bred Marylander, I approve. We're all super crazy about our flag. So, current outdoor temperature 29 degrees. So before all this storm hit on Saturday, I was kind of working on the car here, trying to get everything set up for storm coverage, because you know you gotta make sure you have just the very right things you need in order to go do your storm coverage. Anyway, long story short, I went ahead and used Rain-X, the wonderful Rain-X product on my windshield. If you've ever used Rain-X, first off, it is a decent product. It does exactly what it says it's going to do, but man, you really just have to buff that thing into your windshield. Just buff and buff and buff, or else it's going to get streaky while it sits there. Because I guess what it is, it's a polymer, it's some kind of plastic that covers your windshield, and as it is, I believe, referred to, it makes it hydrophobic. And hydrophobic means that water is automatically repellent from the windshield. And that's, I tell you, the difference really, to use the phrase night and day, it's really great at night to have that stuff on at night. It can be like you could be driving in a downpour and you will not even see the rain. It's awesome at night. During the day, not so much. Kind of the mist can kind of clog up on it a little bit. It's not so great. So anyway, and also with the salt kind of streaks up a little bit. But anyway, this clean windshield is brought to you by Rain-X.
13515 George Avenue, Janine Smith.
So we pulled off on Rockledge Drive. The exit here has
We're going to be north of Philadelphia Lake, half the county line.
Nothing further. 2 permanent engine 703 have the express lane stop at 1348.
Pardon me. Multitasking. Multitask at the light, not while driving. Here we go.
2 vehicles look like one light color, one dark color, and
A little bit of slip. A little bit of slip, not too bad. We've got our.
Alright, we'll create a call for it.
All right, wow, the plows definitely hit this exit. We're driving in our winter mode
It's on its way.
in our 2014 Ford Explorer. It's pretty effective. I think winter mode, if I had to guess, this is an educated guess, well, and we can argue educated all you want. You don't know what schools I've been to. But my guess is that it reduces the amount of power that you can apply to your wheels so you don't easily free spin them. Probably keeps it in higher gears to reduce torque, because torque is what will get your wheels to spin freely. And that's a bad thing in the snow. You don't want to spin your tires. So, alrighty. We saw the plow train go by here 2 minutes ago in the other direction. Now we're in the same direction, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have a little bit of a thick traffic thing going on. The noise you hear in the background of this vehicle are 3 scanners and then a computer-based scanner system. And that's what I'm using to try and monitor situations and whatnot. The majority of the information I'm listening to right now is coming from Montgomery County Fire Rescue. They dispatch on most accidents. There, that stuff. The ice coming off the top of the car. That could have been my windshield. Anyway, the Montgomery County Fire Rescue and Maryland State Police, they're both on kind of the same radio system, so I can hear them pretty easily. Virginia State Police pop on pretty easily over here as well. I can hear them with the scanners I have. And they're all reporting.
Police reported ahead.
Kind of, yep, see, police reported ahead. So, said police reported ahead are probably on the scene of something. The Waze back machine. Oh, we know what it is. It's a spun out Tahoe that I was going silly over before. You know what we're going to do? Even though I know I'll have to get out of the lane, I'm going to swing to the left initially so that y'all can see it, and then I'll pull to the right. Alrighty, here we go. This will give you a good look of the spun out Tahoe with police response.
And the northbound 270 aren't able to stop. You might want to send somebody to check it out. Alright, I'm out with this vehicle. We can attack this 2-maker David.
So it looks like what I'm driving on is not necessarily slush, but rather an extraordinary amount of salt.
And we're going to be north of Philadelphia Lake, south of the county line.
Yeah, we're behind the plow train now, and that's why everybody is slowed down. So, yep. See, and now there's a full rescue response on that accident we saw after the Tahoe. What I thought was a Subaru, it is now on your far left side of your screen on the opposite lane of traffic. An engine, an ambo, 2 cars, state police, a partridge in a pear tree. Oh, somebody hit that pretty good too.
Right now, the only attention gets used is when Rockville City's working.
All right, well, interestingly, the plow train is allowing people to pass through the center of it.
Okay, once they get to me, I'm going to talk to them for a second, see if you can contact,
Which is why we're actually getting up into the Plow train. That is different and unexpected. But I, for one, am going to entertain you by getting in right up behind the Plow train and stay there for a little while. So we can see the salt trucks do the salt. Pro tip, after you've drenched your vehicle in salt water, make sure you wash off the underneath. That, by the way, is also a question on your Maryland State boat operator's license test, that you should rinse off your trailer with fresh water after dumping your boat and retreater boat in order to prevent corrosion of your trailer. And you have to get a 95 or above on that test, or you got to do it over again. I actually grew up before you had to take that test, but I helped my kids on it, so I remember some of the questions. And the whole hosing your vehicle off thing was something pretty cool that I didn't know.
Police reported ahead.
All right, police reported ahead according to Miss Ways. Is it Miss or Mrs. Ways? Alas, I'm unaware of the marital status of the Ways voice. Regardless, so that'll be our Tahoe accident, and I'm curious to see how these guys are going to maneuver themselves around that. So we shall stay here and witness it together. The beauty and magic of live television. Okay, I'm going to turn on my emergency lights.
Watch out, crash reported ahead.
Yes, we know.
We're ready. Alright, 1359.
Ladies and gentlemen, your accident. Looks like police are beginning to leave said accident. Wow, they have already got that Tahoe up on a tow truck. Rockville police are on the scene. Now that's efficiency. Oh, that stuff fell out of the back of his car. Oh, that's bad. Alrighty, well, we're going to go ahead and skip the plows for a moment. The road is in the clear. The plows did their job. We are going to assume a safe velocity, and said safe velocity will be speed of plow plus 20. Alrighty, we're now ahead of the plows. We're going to swing back over to the right, slow it down a tad. Oh, ice is coming off of my vehicle. Well, I guess that just makes me a hypocrite. So, alrighty.
There was never any physical fighting or anything from diabetic, and she never went unconscious. She just doesn't feel well.
And the road is completely clear. It's like the I-270's, one of the genie's wishes of an I-270 commuter.
Can I have the road clear when I'm going home? That and a lot of money.
That's 2 wishes. What's your third?
World peace.
You. See, that stuff coming off cars. Almost got me. Well, it got me, but it didn't take out my windshield. Ding! Someone has texted me. However, it would be unsafe to look at the text while driving. Man, I wish this camera could pick up all the stuff that I see. I mean, like, This huge amount just came off this car in the other direction.
nature.
Anyway, what if we go up to
If you're able to get in contact with us, do that.
Father Hurley?
If you want to give them the work number.
Nah, actually, we'll just take 270 up to Urbana. See how Frederick County is handling this. A little thing called snow.
It's going to be 240-866-0511.
Say, given the opportunity, they've done a good job of
Some truck's going to come down your way,
cleaning the roads
grind
here.
down, and then he's going to turn around at the bridge and come on back.
Wonder what the radar shows. Can we expect more precipitation? Or are we at the end of our precipitous event? It appears as though the precipitation is mostly wound down here in the direct Rockville area, but some exists further north and west of us. Utilizing our ability to navigate, we shall drive that way and see what we shall see. Ding.
There was never any physical fighting or anything from diabetic, and she never went unconscious. Which is just a deal with.
The only other 1050 in that area is maybe the one Rockville City. So for now, I'm going to be headed.
Well, by radio traffic alone, it appears as though the Beltway and 270 situation has calmed to a degree, and also by looking at the radar, one can understand why. Man. I'm telling you, folks, if you come out here today, just watch out for that. Give yourself plenty of room behind the guy in front of you, especially if they have a bunch of snow and ice on top of their car, because this stuff's just flying up, down, left, and right, and it's gonna, windshields are what, 350 these days, give or take?
Police reported ahead.
3.5 DC speed camera tickets? Yeah, they're expensive.
Officer, baby status, no problem. Number 2, email 717 officer, baby status 7. Do you need any police units?
I don't think these police are here anymore. I think they're gone away. Not here. So that was that scene that we hopped out and checked out 45 minutes ago, tractor trailer versus pick 'em up truck, and that is officially cleared.
Come down your way, grind down, and then it's going to turn around at the bridge and come on back.
1685.
Unit 1685.
I'll be around. I think you left on the center of the survey. I'll give you the room number once I get there.
Okay. 1402. 34. Conduct.
Number 2, ambulance 717 officer, check your EV status on 7 Bravo.
Yeah, so we're gonna poke ourselves up towards Urbana.
Show us locked in 6.
See how the
No coming at 16.
dual lane,
Watch out, vehicle stopped on road ahead.
slow to commute section of I-270 is looking. That is not in lane. It's on the shoulder. You hit the wrong button, Waze reporter. Ah, there we go. Big chunk. Boom. Oh, fuck! Pardon me. Pardon me. I didn't see that coming. Interesting. Well, that's an indicator that no matter what you do, try to stay off of people's rear ends, try to drive gently. Nope. That stuff will fly off and whack you good, whether you're trying to be gentle or not. Sometimes you may wonder, hey, there's a scene over there. Why didn't he stop and look at that a little better, or get some video with his big camera, or who knows what you're wondering. But regardless, I'm very particular about not getting out in areas where I feel like there's a chance I'm going to get run over, which by definition, any accident scene on an interstate is already a dangerous place because there was an accident there. So I'm very, very picky about where I will exit this cage of steel in order to get video. I do have safety lights on the vehicle, but photons do not do that great a job of slowing down a vehicle coming at you, so it's best not to be there in the first place.
Interstate I-270, northbound under Old Georgetown Road. Single car into the wall, property damage accident, displaced all units take service.
All right, car accident down in Old Georgetown at the spur. Actually, it's not even a spur. But
Rescue Squad 741, Montgomery, do you have police of any sort coming to the...
Driver advised it was an accident. The VSE was on scene. They already left. He's waiting for.
all right, coming back up on the Route 121, which is where we turned around before. This time we're going to proceed north.
Rescue Squad 741, that is correct. I show one car en route.
Tower 408, 9433, on channel 411, 40809.
Madam Waze reported fog ahead. I can see why that report was made. It is definitely
Tower 408, 9433,
a little more misty mountain hop.
408. 0809, ALM emergency, 7855.
And that's your Led Zeppelin reference for the day. Ooh, this roadway is definitely worse here. Good. Yep. Slushy and nasty. And this lane will end, so let's take the middle.
Police reported ahead.
Philosophically, aren't police always ahead?
Silver Springs,
Direct, thank you, sir. The other vehicle from the second code 89 has his own tow on the way, but I'll give you all for Andrew all the information.
1980s pop quiz culture, or pop culture quiz. Try it again. 1980s pop culture quiz. No matter where you go, there you are. What book series did that come from? There'll be a quiz later.
Alright, I'm still going to be going northbound of Flint-Getting Express, and just be advised, the vehicle's going to be blocking the left lane and the center
I didn't see no
lane.
police.
Starter record as well. It's going to have heavy front-end damage.
Do you see it South Express before or at Seminary?
25 Hesketh Street, crossing Magnolia Parkway, Montgomery County, parking lot.
Heavy front-end damage. Sounds like a great name for a D&D character. You'd have to be a fighter, of course.
And you want to do correction command. Can you repeat the best access? Pulling right behind 9104.
All right, this is snow here. This is snow. This is what we're paying good money for, this snow here. None of that sleety stuff. No, that's not good enough. We want the snow. Here's the snow. We're currently on this long, slow downhill from where I-270 goes from 3 lanes to 2 lanes. We'll be approaching the truck stops. In the common lingo, way station. There are often accidents along this stretch of road for a couple of reasons. Number one, it is a hill. Number two, it is I-270. Well, that's two. That's a couple. I will offer even some more observations. Oh, we heard that one already. So another problem is it's right up here near the line, so the Plow train, where do I turn around thing happens a little less often up here. I am hazarding a guess. Regardless, this road definitely has not been treated recently.
Rockville, that's the one that I saw. I'll be out with it here about 30 seconds.
Maryland State Police coming up on something. Pardon me. Oh. Where's that? Arlington. Arlington County Fire reporting an injury, sledding accident into a tree. Did not get the location, did not get the age and condition of the victim. I just heard that little snippet there. Should anybody be listening back at the station, it might be worth a phone call. Call went out at about 4 minutes ago on the Arlington Fire Dispatch. Here we are approaching Route 109 Barnesville. What is that? Oh, that's just a plow train sitting there. I thought for a second we had another accident scene, but nay. Negative, negate, 9. 'Tis but a few trucks awaiting the moment at which they should venture forth and provide sodium chloride to the asphalt and concrete of our lives. Maryland State Trooper up ahead, running code. He's way in the distance. We'll see if he delivers us unto
Almost come back, they advise
a location of
but there
interest.
are alarms sounding in the background in the Delta 4, and the other is a disconnect at 1.
So we're definitely enjoying more of a snowy situation up here on the north side of the world. We just crossed the line into Frederick County. Forrest Leachman recently passed away. What an outstanding actress. Frau Blucher. Well, this road doesn't look too bad. So, and that's just the thing. I mean, you go down that hill, the hill of many accidents. I guess that's its Indian name. Welcome to the hill of many accidents. And then here we are on the other side. Boom. What road? You can't explain that.
Police reported ahead.
Bah! What do I tell you? Police are always reported ahead. Well, it's not where it said it was gonna be. But there's a bunch of little clicks on the other side of the road. Did somebody click the wrong side on their Waze reporting device? WRD, Waze reporting device? Negative. The scene is clear. Negative. I just did that to wake up. Well then. We are now approaching Urbana. The nice snowy flakes have been reduced back to a sleet. Onboard temperature 29 degrees. We're only a few miles from Frederick, so let's go take a peek-see.
Two disconnects, one is at Shoppers Food Warehouse on Nicholson Lane. All those call back, they advise everything was okay, but there are alarms sounding in the background from the Delta 4. The other is a disconnect at 11990 Rockville Pike. On call back.
I haven't been up this way in a while. I believe they're replacing that bridge over 80? 80? Yeah. 80, 85. Anyway, replacing a bridge up here, and I haven't been across it in quite a while, so I'm curious to see what it looks like. 85, 85. Coffee's wearing off. The answer to the earlier trivia question I asked about 10 minutes ago, no matter where you go, there you are, comes from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series. Both excellent books and a decently made movie. By the late great Douglas Adams, author, man of the world. Oh, ow. That's not good. All right, well, I think we can declare this roadway to be pretty decent shape. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to come up here. We're going to go off here in Frederick. And we're going to cut over to the old road. And we're going to drive the old road back south. In the hopes that it will demonstrate that snow and roadway is a poor combination.
Investigation 7011, Backlink Road. Fire Station 423, Cross Street, Backlink Road.
And along this stretch of northbound 270,
Channel 40,
it appears though the authorities have appropriately dealt with such precipitation as they have seen.
Cross Street, Backlink Road.
We are now crossing the Montgomery River. We have now crossed the Montgomery River. This crossing brought to you by me.
Watch out, construction on road ahead.
Aha, that bridge I was telling you about. It's construction. Construction bridge, bridge construction.
Operating on 1 Bravo, engine 101 en route, medic 301, respond. Be for a 52-year-old male, complaint of chest pain, Pentagon PD advises no immediate rotary needs direct, 21 hours.
All right, so we're coming up on the new Route 85 bridge, which I am technically not even going to cross because I'm going to get off prior to said bridge. The old bridge, one of the problems was it was very narrow underneath, and there's only allowed one lane each way on Buckeystown Pike, which, as massively as that road was getting used, it was a bad thing. And now, oh, look at that. You can't see it, but I can. Beautiful new bridge structure, super wide, ready for the enlargement of the roadway. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Nice stuff. Good stuff, people. I like that. So, we're going to go ahead and cut past the Francis Scott Key Mall. And we'll get over on the southbound 355, and we will enjoy the non-interstate roadway and investigate how it looks. Current outdoor temperature 29 degrees. Ahead of us is a red light, and somebody's so busy looking at their phone that they're going to sit through said red light.
warrant out of Arizona for violation of a court order.
Yeah.
Senseless shoplifting. Otherwise, it's showing negative.
As wet as it is out here, you could tell that had this been colder, this would have been a heck of a snow. But it wasn't, and it isn't.
28, medical emergency, 7001.
Applebee's.
Cross Street, L4 Avenue.
Cava.
Engine 405, medic 405.
The Golden
Channel
Corral.
4 Rocks, 528, medical emergency, 7001. Montgomery Court.
Ooh, a traffic circle outside of its native country of Washington, D.C.
This is our second town.
See how it looks.
7506, 5006 Railroad. Alpha Falls.
Makes me feel at home.
3M, state 19 proceeds over bid out.
Okay, Chick-fil-A. Used to be
Right there, Gallows Road.
Barley and there was a. Gosh, it's been a while since I've been up here.
It might have involved in an accident. I have to flip right now at 50, so you can mark me around today.
Hello, Frederick County Sheriff.
Engine 414, medic 414. On channel 4 Bravo, Fox 40808. Medical emergency, 5305. Land
Okay.
Cross Street, Reed Lane. Engine 414, medic 414.
So we're heading southbound on 355 out of Frederick now to see how the state road, not interstate, looks. Say we're back down to a light snow. And we're now entering the Monocacy battlefield. And I think this is a new railroad bridge. Has all the looks of a newly constructed edifice. Mr. Vuko.
Box 1417 on 5 Bravo, 46F, 11,021, and 4 Court, cross to the Mohican Road. Medic 514, engine 514 to 1426. Adam 471. Could you please proceed?
Okay, the round knob at the top, the volume knob, push down on it. That's the on off. Okay. Well, then there must be an issue with it. It sounds like a power's disconnected or the fuse is blown then. Yeah.
Press Court, Cross Street 10, Press Drive, diabetic ALS 1. Paramedic engine 720, ambulance 720, respond to Bravo, Boxer 22. Colesville Road, University Boulevard West, at the bus stop in front of the Shell. Seizure ALS 1, paramedic engine 716, ambulance 742.
No, I made my way up to Frederick. I'm actually coming southbound from Frederick right now.
Out of Oakland, 6 medic 2 respond ALS, trouble breathing, 123 New York Avenue Northwest. Out of Oakland, 6 medic 2 respond ALS, trouble breathing, 123 New York Avenue Northwest. Off of Church Street.
Right.
Back channel 04, 1427.
Right, no, and you can't safely get out to shoot any of that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think there was a burst of frozen precip that looked everything up, but most of the roads are pretty clear right now. So, but you can judge on that. You're in a sweet. That's been a sweet spot the whole time, and I would recommend you kind of hang in that area. All right. Yep, later.
19, I copy your arrival at Howard.
Okay. So, we continue to be southbound on 355. We've crossed the Monocacy. Oh, good Lord.
They're at 1428.
2932 for 2.
And the road is not bad, but it's not perfect. Lots for sale. A little bit or lots? Are there lots of lots? Are there a few lots? The continuing urbanization of the I-270 corridor. Disabled plow truck, right shoulder. A wooden bridge.
Report of the homeless person that ran past the checkpoint at 52 and was spotted on the 4th floor. Officer Mitchell 205 is actively searching for the person and removing them from the building, and we will update.
Today will be Mr. Tesla waiting by the front of the building.
We are now reaching the outskirts of Urbana, where it appears as though there's a rather decent building boom here as fields become townhomes. Excuse me. What's the going rate for a home here?
She take a property damage accident northbound at Gallows Road in the Gore area. Assault truck versus unknown vehicle. SSV truck should be on scene by now.
Well, it must be enough that they're not advertising.
Yes, sir. She take a property damage accident northbound at Gallows Road in the Gore area. Assault truck versus unknown vehicle. SSV truck should be on scene by now. Affirmative.
Traffic signal. Market District. I guess a green turtle makes a market.
Southeast, East Boulevard, southeast. Two subjects walking westbound, one in a tan jacket, one in a green jacket, possibly a male and a female. Here's one of them may have been injured. Cooper also advises that one of the subjects possibly in a pink jacket.
3600 block at Tyrol Drive. 2013. Can you run the plate and the call for
So, coming up on Route 80, also known as Fingerboard Road. I guess that would be named after part of a musical instrument? The fingerboard? Guitar, perhaps? Alas, I am not incredibly schooled in the disassembly and assembly of musical instruments and their parts thereof. So, at least for me, that information shall be unknown.
Whoever's on the record, should we try C, maybe?
We now appear to be leaving the Urbana district of human habitation and continue southbound on 355. The road is wet. The temperature is 28. Is the pickup turning or going straight? It appears to be turning. However, okay, had a turn signal going on the front, but not in the back. Was it a late turn signal? Was it an equipment malfunction? Was it a deliberate attempt to confuse me? Who knows? Speed limit 35, flood area, slick roads, road closed sign, new bridge.
Confirming that you're saying this is a suspected drug overdose?
Statements, not sentences. Ooh, that is an old bridge. Wow. So, are they going to leave this like this, or are they going to replace? That's quite a curve. Is this a temporary? Wow. That was quite a significant curve for a replacement bridge. I would be shocked to think that that is, in fact, what the bridge will look like when it's all said and done. Because that was just, I don't know. Planners don't normally go for something that severe. Why is my nose hurting? My glasses are hurting my nose today. That's a pretty house. Lots of birds in the roadway. That's not conducive to continuing good health. Were I a small bird. They appeared to be starlings. Did you know that starlings are not native to North America? They were brought over in the late 1800s by somebody who thought they'd look nice. Now there's billions of them. Typically when you see those large flocks of birds like flying back and forth and making kind of weird patterns in the sky, or a stream of birds just going on endlessly and endlessly as they fly by, that's starlings. And as I say, not native. Not native to North America.
A group of teenagers are throwing snowballs at passing cars. Early ABC problems is temporarily appeared right there, left him dead, and he's wheelchair bound, so the case manager was concerned.
So this is definitely a spot where there's the tire marks, and then there's stuff in the middle. Yeah.
Street Northwest, apartment 309. Medical local ambulance time is Columbia 725 24th Street Northwest, apartment 309.
So it seems to me that the area is kind of between, South Frederick, North Montgomery, kind of on the line between the two, is where the roads are not in as good a shape as perhaps other parts of these jurisdictions. Coming up on 75 Green Valley Road to Newmarket.
Sienna 3 light, date of birth 10/27/78, a white female, 5'4", 240.
Doesn't look super great. I think we shall continue on. Maybe we'll go north on 27.
301 887
Ooh, snowplow, snowplow. Another snowplow. There you go.
I have a call for 4637 Grayston.
Scrape, scrape, scrape.
All advisors that there's a deer with an injured shoulder, possibly broken shoulder. Some people like to speak with an officer about it.
The husband has a shovel in his
Hyattstown.
involved. There are 4 subjects. I have no further.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in Hyattstown. This traffic light up ahead, where some traffic is turning onto this road and other traffic is turning right, goes a short distance over to I-270 and is in the vicinity of the way stations on the hill of any accidents.
I'm sorry, I'll be on Urbana Drive with this. We're ready to try to go 10-15 shortly. But you do that back to the I-3 place. We're a little short time.
See now, all right, that other road, boom, we went all the way around to the right, then back over, and that's why it was weird. Now here's one where they clearly, I wonder if that's what, so maybe that was like a temporary road, and then they're going to replace the other bridge, just like it's this one, so it's in a straight line, but they have to put the temporary up first, and it has to be out of the way so they can put the new bridge in. That's probably what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Civil engineering is a fascinating and not well known subject of interest. Ooh, now this is some good slick road here. The road is completely covered with slush. We're on a good uphill here, which fortunately we have enough traction to keep going up. I wouldn't want to be a downhiller trying to slow down on this. It appears the coefficient of friction would be undesirable for a speedy and safe cessation of forward momentum. I hope I got a thumbs up from a physics teacher on that statement. The localized speed limit is 50. We are currently doing 37. There is no one behind me getting angry. Well, there's no one in sight behind me getting angry. Considering half of the world is behind me, it goes without saying that somebody back there is upset. Though the chances of them being upset with me, though not non-existent, are somewhat remarkably small.
131 Webster Street Northwest, apartment number 8.
And unrelated to my 37 mile per hour driving.
Church Road, Tax Channel 0 Flow, 1441.
Reality is, this is actually rather pretty out here right now. That last burst of snow that we saw when going northbound on 270 must have done a little number on this road because it's rather pretty.
19601 Gunners Bridge Road. 19601 Gunners Bridge Road is in front of the building. This is your complainant advised that subjects are arguing with her husband. It's in progress. Advised the husband has a shovel in his hand, no other weapons involved. There are 4 subjects, and I have no further at this time. Younger brother is yelling and cursing. Close is being invoked, and he's not making noise at all. Do you have a second?
On traffic.
902 VRT.
Welcome Lane and North Trenton. 1442.
So we are definitely getting in the area of Clarksburg.
Exit 13, New Hampshire. There's a broke down vehicle at the line on the left lane.
10-4, work direct.
black male, 6 foot tall, wearing a camouflage jacket, dark jacket, brown suit. Carrying a book bag.
Ooh, big truck, big truck.
There's no better info.
I believe he's just
All units, 10-4,
entered the
southbound 270,
road here from Comus.
124, main lane, to the large green bag in the roadway, stay on his around.
Comus looked pretty rotten back there.
604 Notabene Drive, apart from 7 now.
47, I copy you clear from Howard. Post to MLK and W.
Copy.
Yeah, I might swing. That looked. Comus Road would be considered a secondary road, but it is definitely not one of these bigger roads.
200, medical emergency, 10,526.
So I don't know if it is a state road for plowing or a county road, but lo and behold, there is definitely some stuff all over the road.
430, 200, medical emergency, 10,526. Oak Bluffport, Cross Street,
Area 1037.
We're crossing over 270 right now, and 270 looks lovely underneath here, but you couldn't see that. Now this is definitely a snow-covered road. It's not even particularly wet.
John, do you have your phone?
Westbound on Comus,
Prince Orchard Road,
west side of
It's going to be at room 108.
west side of 270.
Place here for shelter and just was verbally harassed by security at the location. Occurred 2 minutes ago. Your suspect is a black female, early 20s, black,
Light blowing
red,
snow.
tag on shoulder. And check your MDT for priority contact.
Pretty good wind. Now, if I'm not mistaken, blizzard has more to do with wind and visibility than it has to do with falling snow. Like, snow can be picked up and blown in your face, and that's a blizzard as opposed to it snowing heavy blizzard.
I'm direct, it's 1450.
Oh, no.
How much station?
Southbound 270 in the area of 124 main lane. There's a large green bag in the roadway.
Engine 426.
All right, coming up on Slidell. What is the name of this lovely hamlet? It's very pretty.
Brandon Court, Cross Street, Weaver Street. Engine 426, Medic 422. On channel 40, box 42608. Medical emergency, 5284.
And our friends from UPS are out in the weather delivering.
131. 6523 Southwest. Send somebody to the bill.
Ah, we are in horse country.
Litigation engine 33, PMR 281. Secretary 211. 2645 Arlington Drive. Crash. Highway close.
Okay, this is Peachtree Road. I wonder where this goes.
006949. That's 21006949.
They just wanted an officer's opinion on.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. You going to the domestic on Council Boulevard, correct?
Negative. From our draft.
Yeah, that's a family dispute.
There's a chef getting house for a domestic there. We double check the address.
And on Park Callback.
Okay.
Copy 1449.
It's gonna be for harassment at 497 Quince Orchard Road. 497 Quince Orchard Road. That's in Motel 6. It's gonna be at room 108. Call is placed here for shelter and just was verbally harassed by security at the location. Occurred 2 minutes ago. Your suspect is a black female, early 20s, black with red tag on shoulder. And check your MVP for a priority comment.
300 Urbana again.
Columbia Psychiatric, 1835 3rd Street Northeast. Also, Seaton Place, Tax Channel 011, 1450. Officer 13, I'll advise. I'm going to give her a phone call.
Yep, so this is known as Peachtree Road, approaching West Old Baltimore Road ahead, according to the GPS. It's perfect.
Heavy first. There's no way that he's going to be in the department.
Well, somebody's managed to knock this area with some salt.
Area 730 southbound Fairfax County Parkway from Smith Boulevard. Look out for a white Toyota sedan, possibly a Camry or Corolla, unknown tag.
4 hour report to that.
John 140156 ID 3174.
Go for medical emergency 2311. Panic Drive, Idleworth Towers, 3017, and 413, Medic 106.
West Old Baltimore Road's in pretty good shape.
Go for medical emergency 2311. Panic Drive, Idleworth Towers, 3017.
Cross 6th Street, tax channel 012, 1453.
Barnesville Road approaches us. Well, we are approaching Barnesville Road. Well, I am approaching Barnesville Road. You are watching me approach Barnesville Road.
Southwest Conscious Box area, 2104, Pennsylvania 21 Family, 413, 04, the ALS emergency, Ottawa Towers, 2311, Emmett Drive, Apartment 317, operating on 4 Bravo.
So this is one of those things that drives me crazy in my industry is I go places and then I'm like, I've been here before. And this is one of those places. There was, yeah, we came here for the beginning of a early morning foot race out here in the middle of the country. I remember that. It was an early Saturday morning or Sunday morning live shot. Yeah, okay.
Protection 93 is en route area 720, 95.
Well, Barnesville Road appears to be in pretty decent shape. We are taking this southeast back towards the more built up section of the county.
ALS emergency, 8081, Innovation Park Drive, Enovis Center for Personalized Health, 309, Cross Street, Peterson Discovery Drive, Engine 430, Medic 408, on Channel 4 Bravo, Box 43023, ALS emergency, 8081, Innovation Park Drive, 309, Cross Street, Peterson Discovery Drive.
Alarm 43982, Kings Farm Square, 43982, Autumn Square, 8340.
Subject is currently trying to get inside.
Signal for me. Front door, 1456.
We received a teletype that there was a ELT transmitting an alert tone originating from Manassas Regional Airport area. It belongs to Air Force. You can head that way.
Say what?
We received a teletype that there was a ELT transmitting an alert tone originating from Manassas Regional Airport area.
So last year, the same location, clear 2431.
43803, wires down, Cross Street, Lee Highway at Bull Run Post Office Road.
Hey, it's 35.
It's 32.
Nancy 30, stand by list priority, please.
300, yeah, he just needs to be changed.
Okay.
Rising as daughter's on the way.
Alright. Okay, I'm getting EMS supervisor.
Communication line down on the ground.
Good.
All right, no traffic behind us. You'll have to trust me on that.
41304, the ALS emergency, Ottawa Towers, 2311, Emmett Drive, Apartment 317, operate on 4 Bravo, 9106 respond, 1457.
Good, Nancy 10, I'm direct on routine. Nancy 23, you're direct, that's going to be routine.
21. 10 AV, 26, cover 1.
Respondents to Hamilton Safety on the Psychiatric, 1357 K Street Southeast, 5th Kilo. 202, cross 13th Street, tax number 011 1458.
Yep, we're still at 28 degrees.
725. 32, Street, northwest of 725 24th Street, northwest for the sick person. 725.
Traveling on Barnesville Road.
Copy 6,000.
8081, Information Park Drive, Eno Center for Personalized Health, 309, Cross Street, Peterson Discovery Drive, Medic 430.
We are paralleled by the railroad that heads down from the north and west. Oh, pedestrian. Get nowhere near the pedestrian.
309, Cross Street, Peterson Discovery Drive.
CB is advised. Off LCL, the Lima Sac Channel 012, 1459.
On Channel 4 Bravo, Fox 43023, ALS Emergency 8081, Innovation Park Drive, Innova Center for Personalized Health 309, Cross Street, Peterson Discovery Drive, Engine 430, Medic 408. On Channel 4 Bravo, Fox 43023, ALS Emergency 8081, Innovation Park Drive, Innova Center for Personalized Health 309,
Clopper Road.
Peterson Discovery Drive.
Air Station Point, disabled vehicle. Northbound, exit 158, right shoulder, silver sedan. 622 Bravo. Now you're gonna radio pass the hands down, please. Switch with me, Mike. 680 DNR. Stop at 7.
Yes, I just wanted to let you know that we had a shelter regulation violation at Runway Ditch Terrace in Germantown 58.
Acre Road, 6210 Acre Road. Was sent back by TRU.
Sure, thank you. The field
Color advice you found for missing license.
30, we're clear in the hospital. We'll take that call at 8081.
10-4, medic 408 from Fairfax.
10-3.
4 Bravo, Fox 43803, wires down, Cross Street, Lee Highway at Bull Run Post Office Road.
815 Charlie. What 10-4, 10-6? Let's go to Thomasville for now.
10-4.
East, that's 1311 C Street. Southeast for the 73-year-old male patient with abdominal pain.
I needed to assist the start priority for the burglary. 12820 Blackberry Drive, Blackberry Circle, 12820 Blackberry Circle. Probably Baker Highs and lows are going to be self and falling water circle. Unknown subject broken to vacant apartment. In progress.
Unit 130, Cross Drive, ALS 125, he is on 740, response, 15 and 5.
Center for Hotel 309, Cross Street, Peterson Discovery Drive, Medic 430, on Channel 4 Bravo, Fox 43023, ALS Emergency 8081, Innovation Park Drive, Innova Center for Personalized Health 309, Cross Street, Peterson Discovery Drive.
Good. Hold the Tina back to service. Back to service.
Alrighty.
Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Did you need a tow started for those vehicles, or you just wanted them reflected on the call?
Always conduct your business safely on the side of the road.